Welcome to my YouTube channel, Buy, Build, Sell. In this video, we delve into the often debated topic of who to hire first when embarking on a new construction or a remodel project. The architect, designer, or a contractor. Well, with our insightful discussion, we aim to decode the hierarchy and shed light on who takes the lead in this collaborative process. From the initial stages of planning and envisioning to the final execution, each professional plays a vital role in bringing your project to life. Architects can bring their expertise in conceptualizing and designing the function and aesthetic of your space. Designers, on the other hand, specialize in refining and enhancing the visual aspects, offering their creative flair for transforming your ideas into reality. And of course, contractors, with their construction knowledge, skillfully carry out the physical implementations of the project to ensure precision and quality. While opinions may differ on the ideal order of hiring, hopefully this insight can help you make an informed decision. By watching this video, you'll gain a better understanding of the benefits and considerations associated with each professional, allowing you to streamline your project management and maximize efficiency. Join me as we weigh the pros and cons, discussing factors such as budget, project complexity, and personal preference. Make sure you stay to the end as we share valuable tips and practices to ensure seamless collaboration amongst the architects, designers, and contractors. I believe that deciphering the hierarchy of these three professionals is crucial to achieving your dream space. By understanding their roles and how they can complement each other, you will have the knowledge to make an informed decision when hiring the first team member of your project. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content on architecture, design, and construction. Leave your comments and questions below. We'll be more than happy to engage in a discussion with you. Thanks for watching, and let's dive into a fascinating world of architecture, design, and construction together. Have you ever wondered who takes the lead in a construction project? Is it the architect, the designer, the contractor? Well, today we're going to decode the hierarchy and help you understand who you should hire first. First up, let's talk about architects. Architects are the visionary of a project. They create the overall design and the layout of a building. They are skilled in creating functional spaces that meet the building codes and regulations. If you have a specific vision in mind for your project, an architect is someone you should consider hiring first. So to put this into context for you, 9 times out of 10, I'm actually hiring the architect first for my projects as well. Now, the difference is that I'm doing new construction most of the time. So the architect fully needs to understand the land use, the size of the property, the capabilities of the property, and even looking at topography, hills, slopes, how the land is set. So that way we can properly place a good house on this piece of land. So I use architects for that. But if I was doing a remodel, I don't know if I would necessarily go to an architect first. I'd probably want someone who can, envision a space appropriately to say, okay, well, we can maximize square footage in this space if we, manipulate a few things and get the space done right. Next on our list is designers. Designers focus on the aesthetics of a project. They help you bring your vision to life by selecting colors, materials, and furnishings that suit your style and preference. If you want a space that reflects your personality and taste, hiring a designer early on can go a long way. For me, I hire designers right after I've completed my floor plan. So the architect will go through, figure out what they need to do for the property, and then a designer is going to come in and they're going to dictate what that house is now going to look like, right? So again, we try to get everyone as early on as possible. And what that looks like is we create the vision early on, and because we're a construction company as well, we're able to now fully itemize, fully capsulize what our project is going to look like from the get-go and get that in gear. Now, on new construction, I think that that's a really important process and how that process should be followed. Again, on a remodel, you may want someone who has more vision of what possibilities of your project might be, as opposed to what the guidelines and regulations of a building structure might look like, the way that an architect might look at it. Okay. Last but not least, we have contractors. Contractors are the doers. They take the architect's plans and the designer's vision and they turn them into a reality. They coordinate the construction process, handling permits, hiring subcontractors, and anyone else that might be needed. If timing and budget are a top concern for you, hiring your contractor might be the right place to start for you. So you might be wondering, are contractors even a person that you should be considering hiring in the first stages of a project? Well, I get hired for consults all the time. One of the things that I think are really beneficial about having a contractor come look at a project with you is they have the experience in a lot of those projects that you're looking at to predict the viability. So having a contractor that you can trust that can come to a project and look at it with you, maybe before the architect or before the designer, that's somebody that can come in and say, oh, well, I've actually gone through a project that's similar to this, or I know what to expect by looking at this particular project, how the roof and the beams and the kitchen structured and how this is going to look and how that's going to look. So they've gone through it before, so they have a little bit more experience as to what you might be expecting. The same can be said about an architect or a designer, but a lot of the times the contractors are the ones in the guts of the projects and really have their finger on the pulse as to what's happening in these projects. So it's always good to have a contractor that you can call that you have on standby that's going to be willing to come through and help you with what you might be in the process of going through. Now, the big question: who should you hire first? Ideally, it's a good idea to start with the architect if you're doing a new construction. They will create the blueprints for your project and guide the entire process. Once the architect's plan is in place, then you can bring on the designer who will complement the architectural design with their aesthetics and expertise. And then, of course, the contractor will take charge of the construction phase. But if you're doing a remodel, I recommend hiring the designer first because they will have the vision to recreate the space and then have the architect draw up the plans according to the designer. Of course, the contractor is always somebody good to have on your team at all times because if you're doing a new construction, having a contractor who can give you basic pricing to understand what project you might be in for is always a good thing to have. And even if you're doing a remodel, having a contractor come in and say, this is viable, this isn't viable, this is going to be cost friendly, this is not going to be cost friendly. Having someone on your team that can help you with that is a major plus. So something unique that I think I bring to the table that most teams don't is that I actually start the projects with me. And what I mean by that is I actually run the architecture side of my business. I run the interior design side of my business and I run the construction side of my business too. So when I start projects, I'm I feel like I'm the whole package. I am the person that is managing all aspects of all three of these things together. And you might hear somebody say, well, we are a boutique firm, or we do everything in-house, or phrases like that. It's very similar to that. The truth is the way that I operate is that I do have the architect at hand. I do have the designers at hand. I do have the construction at hand. So I can come into a whole entire project and look at it wholly, right? I can look at it as one full thing. How am I going to attack the architecture on this project? How am I going to start with the design? How am I going to execute the construction? And because I do all of these things, I'm able to look at them completely as one full project. That might mean hiring somebody who does all three of them, just like I said I do, right? Or you can go back and watch this video again and really understand the differences between all three and figure out which one's going to be the best fit for you. So in conclusion, when it comes to the hierarchy of construction projects, it's important to hire whoever you think is best suited for the project you are embarking on. Each professional plays a crucial role in bringing your dream to life, and I think that this video breaks down how each of these professionals can help you, and I hope that this helps tremendously. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more informative content just like this. See you on the next one.